Good morning po. Ito po yung sa output po ng sa Karamurayan sa Cluster C, Services and Social Change. So yung GAP po, non-functional birthing facility, and the RHU in BEMO meets at least 50% of DOH BEMO facility equipment, HR, and protocol standards. Deficiencies under active improvement plan with MHE oversight. So yung outcome po is 100% license and functional birthing facility. And then strategies, re-establishment of birthing facility. And yung PPAs po is conduct self-assessment for birthing facility license requirement. Pangalawa, compliance to birthing facility requirements with areas needed, NPS, NP hearing screening area, consultation, sterilization area, special HCW management, ambulance, bay area, and registration, the DOH, and patient transport vehicle. So yung local governing body is yung local health board, led by MHO and partners po ng MPO, MPDO, GSO, the DOH, PDO, HO, and MEO. Next. And then next, no established guidelines on PhilHealth claims. The PhilHealth maternity care package and Z benefit package coverage active sponsor program enrollment for indigent pregnant women documented. So yung outcome po is institutionalized po yung guidelines sa PhilHealth claims, strategies, policy development PhilHealth claims, PPAs, formulation of guidelines on PhilHealth claims, and then endorsement to local health board and sa Sangguniang Bayan for resolution. So yung local governing body po, the local health board and the SP, and led by MHO. Next GAP is yung limited access to specialized survivor-centered services for adolescents involved in sex work or experiencing C-SEC due to weak referral and coordination mechanism. Outcome, children and adolescents who are victims of C-SEC receive timely, coordinated trauma-informed protection and reintegration services. Strategies strengthen the municipal referral pathway, enhance the capacity of duty bearers, and the conduct of the MDT case conferences. So, PPAs ay magkaroon po ng municipal child protection and CSEC and CSAM response system. So, local governing body po ang MCPC led by the MSWDO and partners po ng MDT. Next gap is the absence of a joint MCPC, MYPC, and DepEd to track teen pregnancy, school, re-entry, re-track, and retention of adolescent parents. So, outcome is to increase school re-entry and retention of adolescent parents through coordinated case management and support, strategies to strengthen case management, referral, monitoring, and school reintegration of pregnant and parenting adolescent through a multi-sectoral approach. Yung nilagay ko po dyan namin na PPAs po is yung Project Salvar. Though, last year pa lang po siya kinakanta, pero nakamokus din po siya sa out of school youth, more on working children. And then, pero since ito po ay sustainable action naman po ng LGU, and para naman po sa OSCY, so isasali na din po sana namin yung sa teenage pregnancy. So para isahan na lang din po. So si MCPC ang local governing body, and then led by MSWDO, LYDO, and MHO, and partner sana din po yung sa DepEd. And then next gap, lack of coverage map of underserved barangays for GBV services maintained with LCAT Bausi programming, addressing gaps, yung GIDA areas po namin. So, outcome is to improve the access to GBV prevention, protection, and response services in underserved and GIDA areas po. So, strategies, magkaroon, conduct GBV service mapping and needs assessment, mag-implement po ng mobile and community-based GBV services and child-led and youth-led activities and preventive measures. So yung PPA's GBV Service Mapping Program, and then yun, led by MCAT Bausi. Next po, next gap is the now established women, the municipality and the municipality. So outcome, an established and fully operate women and children protection unit, providing accessible, comprehensive, and survivor-centered services. Strategies: strengthen the municipal referral network and ensure timely case management and multidisciplinary team, and then strengthen the preventive measures for GBV and other abuses and mobile awareness campaign. So, ito po, kagawa na pa lang namin na since bago pa lang din, and ang ginawa ko sa Idoho, nandito din, partner po namin sila for the WCQ, and based po doon, papangalanan po sana namin ng One Care, the Joint Unit for Advocacy and Nurturing Care, Assistance Response, and Empowerment Center. And the next, the cross-stream outcome indicators track at STC, postpartum MP coverage, HIV testing coverage among pregnant women, PMTCD, and GBV screening during ANC, RH integration pregnancy. So, ang outcome, 100% of the 5 program areas on maternal care are integrated, monitored, reviewed, and evaluated. Strategies: institutionalized integrated health data management and information system. PPAs: formulation of integrated data management and information system for the 5 program areas. May establish ang hotline or online pregnancy tracking and response system. And then, conduct regular review and evaluation. So, may mga separate po na local governing body po doon. So, yung sa STC po, Local Health Board and STC. And lastly po na gap na identify pa lang namin is yung sa no AFHF Level 1 services available at BHS in all barangays at minimum, privacy, respective consultation, epi-commodity access, and referral. So yung outcome, 100% established AFHF Level 1 in 27 barangays. Strategies, facility development for BHS AFHF Level 1. And then PPAs, inclusion to health facility enhancement program. And mapping of BHS readiness for establishment of AFHF Level 1. And then the setting up of AFHF Level 1. So meron din po na may mga kanya-kanyang governing body, yung sa last po yung sa Barangay Council. That's all po.
Thank you, sir. Very comprehensive. At may kulang pa yan sila sa baba. Ongoing pa. Tama? Okay. Sige. Any reactors po?
Same comment, very comprehensive, and we appreciate the new line saying na re-entry of the teen parents to school. Actually, that's also one of the gaps kasi hindi naman sila covered sa When it comes to students, you really wouldn't say that they have to be back in school after 3 months as recommended among employees, di ba? Kasi marami silang mamimiss. So, maganda yung mechanism for school entries, whether it is as para ma-promote pa rin yung breastfeeding or whether they choose. Pero it's not just one choice. So we offer them the options that would be most beneficial to their setting. Not just for the teen moms, but also to the teen dads, if there are, or the family that supports the adolescent and the baby. Also, syempre, ano pa lang to, parang we're still adding more. i-flag ko lang that you can utilize peer educators in the community. Parang i-strengthen lang natin yung presence nila with contributing to, sorry, medyo principle yung mga sinasabi ko. Kasi ideally, we create opportunities for youth to contribute to improvements in the community. Because if we get to give them that opportunity, they know that they are relevant recipients to the services. And that lessens the risks, the exposure risks, kasi they know they are important. Alam mo yun, yung they feel that they are relevant to that. So, creating opportunities for them to be game changers, and then at the same time, letting them know that with their efforts, ganito yung naging impact ninyo through the monitoring and evaluation or reporting mechanisms, na hindi lang sila present sila for activities, but you tell them your presence in the activities resulted to this as part of the mechanism of engaging the youth. Okay? So, yeah, very comprehensive. Aja.
Okay. Dagdagan ko lang din po, and for the benefit na din, hopefully, ng other LGUs, gusto ko lang i-highlight yung adolescent-friendly health facility. Yan. Nakita ko kasi dito, you have a plan na mag-establish sa lahat ng barangay, which is very good. Diba? Actually, pwede nyo siyang idagdag as expansion ng inyong entry point sa GDB referral pathway. Kasi, itong adolescent-friendly health facility, nakikita natin ito na critical doon sa unang pag-detect, pag-identify ng mga possible abuse. Diba? So, entry point siya. Pangalawa, if it's not even an abuse, entry point siya in a sense sa part ng health, pag na-feel or nakita ng ating adolescent girls na itong facility is a safe space, diba? Makaka-contribute tayo doon sa pag-reduce ng maternal mortality. Kasi what's the tendency sa adolescent pregnancy? Yung health-seeking behavior nila talagang late. Kasi tinatago muna eh. Diba? Pag wala ng choice, halata na yung chance sa kayang magpapacheck up. Which is, may hindi na tayo doon pa lang din na natin nami-meet yung DOH directive ngayon sa minimum number of antenatal check-up. So, siguro, pag meron na tayong adolescent-friendly health facilities, i-ensure din natin na yung mga tumatao dito knows how to handle din yung, tawag nito, yung may dignity, respect pa rin ng pag-handle ng ating mga adolescent girls na pupunta. Kasi diba, may acceptance na na oo, nagkamali ako. Andito ako sa sitwasyon na to. So, tayo, how do we support them moving forward? Na hindi sila makaka-feel na judged or stigmatized sila. So, ma-address natin yung pag-improve ng health-seeking behavior with this facility. Mag-guide natin sila sa safe pregnancy and also yung prevention ng repeat pregnancy, diba? Which is very important din. Kaya yun yung additional input ko dito sa adolescent-friendly health facility. Doon sa mga capacity building, sana nandoon sila. Or we can include that under here na trained on tawag nito,
Adolescent-friendly, ADEP or ADJA. Tama ba? Hindi siya or. Dapat, ibang kaiba siya eh. Pero may train po ba?
yun.
Ayun, okay, with ADEP sila. Isa lang, ayun. Kasi kung BHS, dapat each merong nakatrain na nakatao. Di ba, Doc? Sige, add po.
So sa BHS, parang may referral mechanism din yan, di rin naman natin expected for the BHS na the roster of services and response is available there. So sa BHS, okay lang, I guess, yung ADEPT adept training, which is available online, and the foundational course, which is available online kung gumagana si DOH Academy. Si AJA, ayun yung 4-day training kasi that is ideal for primary care providers. So, ito na yung mga doctors, nurses. Pero sa barangay, hindi na siya for them. Okay na yung adept for the barangay level. Yung foundational course and adept, pwede yun for school nurses also. While AJA, pwede rin sa school nurses. So, may tiering lang. Basta pag first time, kunwari barangay health workers, community mobilizers, adept would be enough for them, which is available online. And then siguro dadagdagan ko, na-emphasize ni Ella yung prevention of the repeat pregnancies. We could consider also enhancing where they give birth to provide postpartum family planning for consent and voluntarism in such a way that it was taken as an opportunity that before they leave the hospital where they give birth, available na siya. So that's just one of the next focus of the Adolescent Health and Development Program at the national level. They call it PURPLE. I guess they will launch it kasi prevention of unplanned rapid repeat pregnancies for adolescents. They will endorse or launch it in August na. So baka hospitals might want to look into strengthening postpartum FP for adolescents. While it's the same as FP, the approach as well as the navigating the consent as well as navigating the support of social workers are add-ons kasi for adolescents. Yun na. Thank you.
Ayan. And dagdag ko lang din po, sana lahat ng LGUs ma-consider yung presentation kanina ng Team Karamoran to include yung GBB service mapping and risk assessment para yung mas targeted yung maging interventions natin. And tawag nito, yung integrated data management and information system, consider natin. Thank you.
Maraming salamat po. Meron pa po? Ayun. Ibawi ko yung maraming salamat. Okay, go ahead, Doc.
Tanong ko lang po, yung clarification po talaga yung sa family planning in adolescents, whether consent from the parents is needed, and if not, or if ever, ano yung age na hindi na kailangan ang consent ng parents? Kasi there was a time kung sabi ni Ron, kailangan pa yung consent ng parents. Tapos sabi naman, hindi na naman daw needed kasi yung bata na ang may karapatan sa nila. So maybe be clarified on this talaga ng pero hindi ka may consent.
RPRH daw.
Paano ba to? Well, the RPRH law says na hindi. Kailangan talaga ng parental consent for all adolescents. But there is a way to navigate through it. One would be the proxy consent. If we see the need that it is life-saving to provide the family planning to an adolescent, well and good. Kasi the doctor can provide that proxy consent, but sometimes the doctors are not very confident. So I advocate for the support coming from the social worker. Kasi they get to assess the possibility. What if fourth pregnancy na niya, 16 years old, wala yung parent. I do encounter this, lagi yan nire-raise eh. Itong OFW eh, tapos walang parent. Alam mo naman. Anyway, ganito siya. Technically, sometimes, the legal guardian can provide ideally, the legal guardian can provide the consent, but sometimes they're not confident. Even the people promoting that hindi confident na enough na yung legal guardian, gusto nila yung parent. So I guess one of the things that we need to make health providers and the healthcare system is to be more confident in providing that consent. So yun yung pwedeng pathway. Another pathway is for adolescents, we can take advantage of the HIV consent for testing. Kasi if they consent for testing, that means may risk na sila. And the age is 15 and above, no need for parental consent anymore. So may risk na sila. So since there's a risk, kailangan pa ba natin ipaalam sa parent na ito yung condom? Hindi na. Kasi technically, condom is still family planning commodity. So under the HIV law, we can use that kasi may risk na. So we could provide them. Provided that kasama sa pag-provide yung education on how to use condoms. Kasi sometimes we provide, they don't know how to use condoms. So that's so true. Kasi meron akong patient, teen dad siya. Sabi niya, may condom naman po ako eh. Tapos, paano mo ginamit? Sabi ko lang, tito ko, ilagay ko sa wallet ko eh. So, naging aliman po siya. So, they need to know na hindi siya aliman. That's very concrete and very important for adolescent-friendly health facilities to have staff to be able to discuss that to them. So, going back to the question, there are ways to navigate it. The parent or the legal guardian or the support of the doctor or the social worker can help with documenting that. There are practices na meron pong booklet na meron silang sample parental consent that they just have to have an adult sign it and present it to the RHU. That would be enough. Kasi it's more of identifying ano ba yung mas makakabuti dito. Uuwi siya from delivery tapos after 3 months buntis ulit. Or uuwi siya na nag-a-agree naman yung adolescent na after 3 months ayoko mabuntis ulit, dapat uuwi siyang may family planning. So we advocate for them to find that support to get the consent that they need. Pero meron na po bang na kasuhan? Wala pa. About it, wala pa talaga. So there are ways to navigate. It's really about how we could help the adolescent have the best care and the best future for them. Yun po. Alright?
Nasagot po ba, Doc? Yes. Actually, Doc, kahit sa Region E, ganyan din may ganyang discussion talaga. Magbibigay ba kami o hindi? Tapos meron pong LGUs talaga na yung RHU talaga, sa Bontoc ata yun, talagang nagbigay na talaga sila. Doc, at ito pa, may Bontoc dispenser talaga sila. So, freely sila namimigay ng pamintang. So, pumayag, una, medyo discreet pa sila, pero po kasi ang taas. Based sa data nila, ang taas po ng adolescent pregnancy, pataas din ang HIV cases. Doon po na-alarma si Mayor. Si Mayor actually ay ayaw nung una. Pero nung pinakita po ng mga healthcare workers saka ng youth leaders na talagang mataas, actually significant po yung taas, pumayag eventually. So ngayon may condom dispenser sa terminal, public terminal. Gym, no? Okay. So, isa din po yan sa naging, saan? Sa adolescent friendly health facility. So, pwede maging innovative tayo kung how we can distribute it. Okay, so meron po, wala na? Pwede po ba nating palakpakan, tatlong palakpak din ang ating mga sarili? Tatlong palakpak. 1, 2, 3. Maraming salamat at congratulations because ito po ang last session ng ating module. Palakpakan naman po ninyo ang inyong mga sarili, okay? So, syempre, sa day 1, may pre-test. Kaya na po bang i-perfect ang post-test? O kaya? Narinig ko yung engineer. Kaya. So, while waiting for our lunch, we will end our module 1 before we start our advocacy summit. Around 12:30 po. So ngayon, ibigyan ko kayo ng QR code for post-test. Then after po ng post-test, request me your time then for the daily eval. Okay, so post-test po muna tayo. Perfect po, ha? Okay. Good luck.